Well, heavenly greetings, everyone. I hope this finds you well and in good spirits. I'm tempted to say happiest Sunday to you and yours. And I hope really wonke umuntu right at home. And thank you for tuning in. Bishop Udube Uti, thank you gives room for more. I want to say from me to you, colleagues, we are growing as a community online in Ndambeni zokuxhumana, and you've been nothing but good to us. To have people who are loyal, such as yourselves, it is really an honor. So God bless you, and God, bless the work of your hands as we are continuing to endeavor to change our country, street to street, kasi to kasi, town to town, home by home, and city to city, province to province, until see a nationwide. We are more towards isikhathi voter. We are going to touch on those issues and more because this is about our well-being. Ekuhlaleni, ekuphileni, whether there you will be infected or you will be affected by the happenings, by our leader, comrades, fellow people about Chuzwe. So today, vandaag, here I'm with a very good friend of mine, Uputi Usbu. So because sometimes we have to invite us, my invites, I'm blessings and so I met up with him. Bebang invitile one of our local shows, it Daily Theta. So mangfika yakhuluma le yangwenya, and then we forged a partnership and a relationship. So vandaag he's here to tell a tale. A man who was once sikerach in prison and he thought he was dying. Budisbu, please greet the people at home. Ubanikeza all the full names. Ubatshele ukuthi vandaag ubekwa yini la against the wall.
I'd like to greet everybody. I feel like saying in Jesus' name.
Hallelujah, amen.
Sunday.
It's more than allowed.
My name is Sbusiso Langa. Ngiqhamuke emnambithi mfethu ngokuhlala ngila eGoli. I'm happy to be on this a lovely show of yours. I think it's one of the achievements.
Mm-hmm.
I can call it like that.
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell a story.
Yeah.
To tell about my experiences, especially when it comes to the prison life and whatever that was happening at jail.
Oh, nice one. All right. Now, without any further ado, I'm tempted ukuthatha ngikufaka kwelinye corner, putting you on the spot. I-date yokuvote iphumile. Siyabona ama-campaigns left and right. Ku-black, ku-green, ku-yellow, ku-red, ku-blue, ku-Sara ka-left, kuyi-Cope ka-right, kuyi-EFF ngale ku-Gaten Mackenzie, and the leadership yakhe yonke. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to ask you or put you on the spot but what does it say or mean to you as an ex-offender? Chief, do you believe in this thing? Do you believe in change, or do you think that's another money-making scheme? There are people who are enriching themselves. So as a South African citizen, the whole experience of voter.
I don't want to lie. To be honest, in the voter, it's not happening on me because of the things that we went through. When you look back on 1994, when we voted our black president, so we were promised a lot of things, of which when you look now at the promises, it's still the same. It's still the same. A few things has been changed, but now our country is getting worse by minute. So now voting, it's a money-making scheme for me. Because everybody wants a piece. Everybody, when they wake up in the morning, they think of opening their own party.
Yeah.
So they wanna enrich themselves, their families, and their friends. That's where it ends.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I do understand your opinion matters, but also you must remember that we are a platform that's growing leaps and bounds. And so we are responsible for anything that we disseminate as information on this platform. Now, you saying that, are you aware that influencers now, amandlas now, are able to turn and create a doubt in people's minds? And someone said, if you want to change anything, when you're talking about you being a Democrat or in the country embracing democracy such as ours, you need to also play your part, meaning that X, we need to vote. That's the only way to change, the history and influence the future.
Mina put when these parties they can come to me and say, or to us and say, I've done this and that, especially I'm talking about the new parties, then definitely we will be convinced to vote for them, other than doing this thing that we call a lip service, because that's what is happening. People, they can promise you 100 things, but from those 100 things that have been promised, they're only going to do not even half of that. So as a South African, what I believe in action. I believe in seeing the change. I believe in seeing whatever that they are preaching. Because if you preach and you don't do what you're preaching, then definitely I'm not going to follow you. So they need to do a lot of convincing when it comes to that. Yes, I'm a South African. I like to take part in everything that is happening, especially in voting, and create a change and see a change. But at the same time, they need to act than talking a lot.
But as a patriot, I mean, I'm sure way back where you come from the Bundus, mhlambe from the north of Zululand or east or whatever the case may be. But now there were mhlambe run down gravel roads. Now gunamata. Now there's universities. Now there's schools. Now there's low cost housing. There's water and. So it simply means they were gravitating towards positivity. So there were beautiful and amazing things that we can actually point and see with the naked eye. Really, our country or our comrades or our government is literally doing something. So I understand you're saying Ian Zega at the snail pace. You wanted that rapid response because they've got the budget and they're influencing Yonke Lentole because of their positions. But when I am mentioning things that you can now actually count and point.
Yeah, but when it comes to water, me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Where I'm coming from is from the Bundus.
Yeah.
And we're still on gravel road. We're still having a problem with water. Yes, there are schools. The way the schools are operating now, it has changed from the way they were operating before. Obviously, there is a gradual change.
Yeah.
But as you are saying that, it's on a snail pace.
Yes. Okay. I think Siagu number 2, ne? And then number 2 is the issue and the effects of crime and how crime it affects it change the development in our country and the role edlalwa igcwele in terms of the dramatic change ekumele si witness si experience siphila singabantu because of the senseless crimes that are committed on a daily basis. So also we are going to fuse it with that topic social media. Uguti is social media because this is another medium to talk to people, and make sense. So qala social media, uguti the influence of social media, positive or negative. What is the role edlalwa ile social media? Then secondly, sikhulume nge-issue of crime.
The social media, I think when it comes to, I'm gonna be specific as you're saying, when it comes to crime, it's playing a very vital role. What I mean about that, they need to check on the content that is posted on the social media, because these days people are only worried about the content, pushing the content. So now they take the criminal activities, posting them on social medias, promoting them and stuff like that, and then that has a bad influence, especially on the young people. When they grow and look at these things, they see this as something right, as something that needs to be done. Because sometimes when a kid is growing, he or she will think, Uguti, when you're not doing what they see on social media, abeko styling, they are not on trend. So what is trending right now, especially crime related issues, there are more. There are more.
So you think social media is playing, or it's got an influence, it's playing but a negative, significant, role. Because abantu, it peddles the news. I don't know whether it's false news. Like for instance, I'm going to maybe try and tweak the question here. There is someone olahleka ekhaya, ulahlekile kanti bamkhande ngamatshe ethembise bekayoganga. Social media, once that person ashutwa and he trends or she trends, then the family gets to know about that. So is that positive or negative? Because that social media ne power yayo.
I'm gonna differ. When that happens, obviously when the person is missing, you report the person. to the relevant authorities.
Yeah.
They do their own job the way they're doing it until that person is found and all that. So it's inhumane when a person is going to be posted dead on social media, and social media post or gives the right to that, posting such inhuman things. Because now at the end of the day, we're looking at a society that is going to be traumatized, because when a young person sees that on social media, a person that is dead, in our culture or in our upbringing, there was nothing like a person being exposed on social media. There was nothing like that. We're not used to that. But now, these social medias, still I'm saying, they are used wrongly. If you let the authorities do their job, do their thorough search, when the case has been reported of a missing person, definitely they will get to the bottom of the issue.
No, but the traditional route may call on. I still remember very well that there was, let's call it a print media for a lack of a better word, which is Sowetan, which is City Press, whatever the case is. So they used to actually take pictures of the, not necessarily of the dead, but they can take your ID photo or any other picture by Tola. Then basifake move, bafake igama nesibongo. Then abantu abaningi they are alerted through that medium. It's another way of communicating. So, but they will say, Ubanbani, on this day it was sunrise, on this day sunset. So, Abandaba Fair, Bayakon, we pick up. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about.
But you know what? In this case, I understand what you're saying. But when the way it is used at times, ngeke ushuthi umuntu efile bese umfaka the way he is or the way she is. At least on that print media that you're talking about, it was better like that. Because obviously, you only get the information of the person. And then those people that have a missing person, and then they will check, oh, okay, here's the names, then they contact the relevant authorities. Then the person will be found.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the influence of social media, because we are going deeper today. I'm sure you can tell now at home, against the wall. Like or subscribe, and then best we share also our videos and also comment. It is very important for us to engage as a community. So I want to understand now the influence of social media in terms of a crime. Let me just paint a picture. Here is Mesh and Malik and Media. They are about to shoot their own music video. So the music video, of course, for them to be portrayed and be painted as villains, as heroes and stuff, Goba Konuchoala, that's number one. 2, they are smoking cigars. 3, they are smoking Hablis. 4, they are smoking expensive, or they are drinking expensive booze. Then Mabakatiru number 5, Bafagis Bunumchan. Left and right lapan. Yeah. So from your own point of view, lay a picture mo channel O. Ignigas as a piston.
Number one, I will never let my children look at that, because I know the influence it's gonna have on them. Number 2, I don't know if there is a regulatory something when it comes to these social medias. They don't post something of that sort, because definitely in Ghana they are vulnerable. So now when they look at stuff like that, especially negative as it is, bad as it is, then definitely they want to trend, they want to do those things. And then what is the end results there? They die. They die young, they get wasted at a young age. Because of what they see on social media. Because definitely when you look at a naked person, right now, the reality is when you meet, for example, a 15-year-old on the street, you're talking to her or him, they're gonna tell you a lot. And then you come to think, how does he know? How does she know about all these things? It's because of this social media that is wrongly used, that permits everything.
Yes. So a graphic, it's too graphic.
Yeah.
So when you're saying, you're talking about regulatory board, it's like, I need Magio broadcaster, gonna broadcasting complaint, where you're saying, no, this is explicit. You can't talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. No, let's get to you, brother, just to know you better. I know I was just breaking the ice. Ngoba, we can't always leave Leampile serious. We need to know what makes Ubra's boutique every day when you wake up and be vertical above the ground. So now the appetite. I just want to focus on the journey, the road to a prison. You were working and then temptation and you yielded to the temptation. What really happened?
I was working for a very known company, Mzansi.
Yeah.
So when I went there, okay, there were guys. I met with some other guys, our colleagues, my colleagues, and then I saw how they are making a quick cash. Then I was so interested. I told myself, man, this money that I'm getting is too little. So now let me join in with these guys and make extra cash. So we did that for a couple of months without being caught. But there was a time where I said to myself, no, man, I can do my own thing while I'm with these guys. So I moved away from them. I formed my own group. It was the group of drivers.
Yeah.
Remember that time I was working with the guys in the warehouse. So I was the group with the guys in the warehouse.
Logistics.
Yes, logistics. Okay. So now I just formed my own group because I could see that I'm able to work. Because there were deals that I was doing alone without the guys knowing in the warehouse. Yeah. I would come on a weekend pretending as if it's my shift, but it was not my shift. I came here I went there just to dispatch the store. So I planned this while I was in the house. I remember it was 17 o'clock in the afternoon. So I will tell the guys, Uguti, you go to a certain cage, take a certain stock, go and load it in the truck, so and so, and then after that, seal the truck, but make sure that it's not locked. Put a seal, but don't lock it. I did that. I remember I slept around 4 o'clock in the morning. I was up the whole night. So the stock was taken out from the cage up until the truck. Then in the morning, I instructed one of the guys and said, just take 3,000 rand, change it into 50 rands, put it on the envelope and give it to the security so that they won't even search our truck. They did just that. Then the truck went out. Then weeks later, I think 3 weeks after, I told my wife at that time, I said, baby, I'm not going to work. I just want to take leave for 1 week. Then I took leave for 1 week. But on a Friday of that leave week, my wife said to me, no, go to work. I said, why? She said, no, man, go to work. You've been away from work for a long time. I said, but I'm on leave up until the following week. Then I was forced. I went to my car, then I went to work. As soon as I parked my car there at work, yes, the securities were on me. It's like they were waiting for me.
Tip off.
I think the way I see this, my partner tipped them off. Because why would you say go to work
and insist,
that I go to work? Then the minute I entered the gate, it was like they were told he's on his way, he's coming. Then I was handcuffed, taken to the offices upstairs. And then there was a backup also, the policeman from the airport. I was handcuffed. Before the handcuff, there's this lie detector test, polygraph. Yeah, I was taken through that process and all that. Then from there, I was taken to the police station. Yeah.
So ngifuna understand the process yama handcuffs. Handcuff kanjani umuntu? Angithi they need to mhlamba kufundela ama rights. They need to also enlighten you ukuthi mhlambe you were part of a syndicate, kune case eyenzakele, and then produce a bit of proof or something before the handcuffs. So what was the process? Did they jump the gun just because vele bebazi ukuthi we because mawuboshwe red-handed, it simply means ungithwena lento le, then ungangibopha same time ufaka ama handcuffs?
Amaphoyisa at that time, they jumped the gun. Because the only thing that they got from me, obviously I was scared. Yeah. I was scared. They could see that I was trembling at that time because it was my first experience with the police. So I think they took advantage of that. And then I was taken in. Just like that. I was told by one of the managers at that time, he said, we've got every proof that we need. We've got the people that were not scared to take the videos
Witness.
and witness.
Yeah.
So you will see all of those witnesses during the court case. That's what I was told. Then I was taken in.
Yeah. So it was clear, Guti, they've got all the proof and the evidence to bring you down.
Yeah. It was. It was clear. And then after that, I got bail. I stayed, I think, for a weekend. I got bail for about 5,000. Then I was out. Then the case went for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Until I was locked.
You were sentenced.
I was sentenced to.
All right. Awungise ngifuna sise la kumageba ngoba sesingena deep kakhulu yabona.
Yeah.
Awungise kumama osekhaya. Bowuneyintsolo. It's not something ongathi bengikhuluma ngeconviction. You were just suspecting ukuthi yazini I'm suspicious with something here. I can smell a rat ukuthi maybe. So later uyathola kahle ukuthi mhlawumbe maybe vele definitely be involved kulento.
You know, I'm going to talk about this for the first time. For the first time.
Yeah, against the wall.
Because I think wherever she is, she will see this, and I think I don't mind. So what happened was, on my day of the sentence, my family was there.
Yeah.
It was my brother, my late sister, her, the wife, they were there.
Yeah.
So my sister never shared this with me up until I was out of prison. And my sister is now late. She's no more.
Hey.
You know what my sister told me? She said to me, yazi ukuthi unkosikazi wakho uguilty ngokuthi uye lapha ejele wakubophisa. Uthi the minute ijudge lishaya isandos lithi I'm sentencing you into 6 years imprisonment. Umfazi wasukuma lapho cried wathi Nkosi uzongixolela. Ngizocela Nkosi yami ungixolele. So those were the words engawatshela usisi wami.
Yeah.
Of which even today angaze ngize ngimbuze. Obviously sezowazi ngakho, but angaze ngizange ngize ngimbuze.
Yes.
Yeah, but she's my former wife now, we divorced.
Mara uyazi kancane perhaps ukuthi ngenzani kulo wesifazane because kaningi omunye umuntu mhlambe sekabona omunye umuntu ngaphandle omunye vele kunalento yokuthi ngeke lo angisamfuni sengibonile ngabe yini imbangela kahle enza ukuthi angaze akubhayise kanje.
Yazi, I'm not going to lie and make myself holier than thou.
Yeah.
The time engisasebenza laphana bengenza imali mfethu kakhulu, especially with these deals. Mina I will go through 6 months ngawukhiphanga umholo wami. Bengihola nje lokhu ustakelana phakathi. Because imali benginayo endlini, benginayo emotweni, benginayo emaphakethini. Even if bethanda nokwasha impahla zami because uyazi uzothola ama 200 amaningi laphana. So bengingacontroleki ngaleso sikhathi leso.
Exactly.
Bengiphuza.
Exactly.
Vele obviously intombi zimthanda umuntu oneyo.
Yeah.
So now leyo nto leyo besihlala sixabana ngaso sonke isikhathi endlini. Imali on its own bingamnelisi ngoba mina vele bengimandla ukuthi ngimnikeze imali.
Yeah.
Bengingabhenkiki imali yokuganga uyibhenki isikhathi esiningi. So imali bengihlalisa lapha emsamo nje izinqwabelane beningi. I remember one day ngabona imoto idayiswa lapha yana ngatshela umnikazi athi hey ndoda ngiyabuya imalini ngiyabuya nemali manje. I went to the house ngafika ngawuthenga imoto same time. Yabo that's how bengiphila ngakhona. So now akayithandanga lempilo le. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi konke lokho kwamhlukumeza in a way that what I know. I think mangampimpa emsebenzini izophela yonke lento. That is why forced on that day ukuthi ngihambe emsebenzini because I think they were calling her, where is your husband? Where is your man?
Yeah.
Abatshela ukuthi hayi ukhona la endlini ngoba babengena right babengeke befike endlini bethi bazongibopha.
Yeah.
So befuna ukuthi mina ngibe khona lapha phakathi so that bazokwazi.
It's called organized crime. So ngendlela engakhona ngicanga ukuthi sikhona isandla esinoboya. I-network ifika kanjani unless kunomuntu okhona phakathi obekasebenzisana naye but njani baba bangani or bese kajola khona esipanini because there are a lot of things ezikhona involved la. There are a lot of moving body parts la. I'm sure nasekhaya babuza the same question engibuza ukuthi there is no way chief.
Uyazi ukuthi there is this guy of which namanje angaze ngimbone face to face since ngaphuma ejele. This guy when ngizophuma ngebail.
Yeah.
He will drive together with my wife. They were organizing imali bail for me. And imali not ukuthi ngangenayo endlini ngangenayo. But he was the one obeyihlupha ukuthi azofuna angifunela imali yebail. And he will drive together with my wife up and down. Angitshela unkosikazi athi hayi njengamanje sinalona sisenza in yonke loo nto le. So ngabona ukuthi all of a sudden where is this relationship coming from?
Yeah.
Yabona. So ngayibona ukuthi okay, kusho ukuthi I don't know what the relationship yayinjani or kwakweyani and stuff like that, but I was so surprised while I was inside ukuthi hayi man, why manje sebezwana all of a sudden unkosikazi wami? What is happening? What is wrong? Yini abayihlanganisayo?
Behavioral pattern mawungena usejele lapha phakathi in terms of attendance ukuze azokubona, because angithi usisi wakho uyakufakaza ukuthi lo muntu wathi hey uNkulunkulu uzongiqolela uzongiqolela. So kwenzakaleni in terms of ama visits wakhona, were they normal, regularly?
Hayi yabona lapho ke she was doing it right, ubengivakashela. Bengazi ukuthi every weekend, especially on a Sunday, she's going to come. Sometimes befika nabantwana bami kwesinye isikhathi afike nezinye ihlobo zami, but yena ukuze ejele ubeza.
But was it a form of discipline? Do you think lenta yenza justice or yayiguqula impilo yakho for the better and for good?
Mina buti ungena kwami ejele ngiyakubonga mina kakhulu. Ngoba ukube mhlawumbe ngingenanga ejele ngaleso sikhathi lesa I was going to die very young. The way impilo yami engangiphila on a fast lane ngakhona kwakubheda. Ngoba uyacabanga ukuthi nginemali kunamantombazane ngapha. Kuningi okwakwenzeka at that time. Yabona. So ungena kwami ejele hayi ngikubonga kakhulu, especially even the things ezenzeka phakathi ejele zangibonisa ukuthi mina ungena kwami ngomthetho ejele it was meant ukuthi ngingene ejele. Irrespective of whether ungipimpile noma kangipimpanga, but I was going to end up there.
Indlela ebekiwe, okay.
I was going to end up there.
So ngokuya ngakwamazwi ingqaqo engcwele ithi everything works together for good. So do you think it worked for good?
It worked for good.
Right. Ngicela usithathe kwijeni ke manje ngizokupha ichance uvela uthi ngqumqum. Sikhona ukunderstand ukuthi ungena na first day mawuyogwetshwa enkantolo ihambile yahamba and then kwafika ilanga labathi khona uyehla manje. And now mawuyibheka vele uyabona ukuthi kwangempela ayikho indlela yokuyishintsha le script. I am going and for good. So mawehla ungena uyofika ejele the first time experience, because uthi awukazi wawubona umnyango wejele wena awukazi wangena, the reception laphana, the experience kwenzakalani until all the way la ufike khona ke unfortunately kwayenzeka into eziningi nje untimely.
Mfethu yazi ukuthi uma ngiyongena lapha ejele, especially uma sesifika lapha sikhunyuliswa sibanqunu laphana sesingena ejele, phela laphana ungena kuno line enubamba niminqunu ningagqokanga sidalo laphana ingeneke nibhekwe laphana. Yabona nje everything was overwhelming nje. Angena phakathi uzocheck mangifika laphana ngithola iziboshwa laphana, they are living a normal life, abanye bayidansela bayidlalela iradio lapha ngithi hayibo. But at that time I'm traumatized by everything that I saw ngalelo langa lelo. Ngafila nje ngathi ngilahliwe sesihogweni esinye ngingasazi yonke le nto le. So sahamba isikhathi mfethu ngaqala ngagula mfethu. So mina ukuhlala nje in a normal cell, I think ngahlala 2 months kuphela. Noma a month and a half. But the rest of the days of the months bengihlala esibhedlela sasejele. Because bengigula. Ngathi uma ngihamba ngekliniki lapha ejele bangitshela une depression whatever, ngathola nanokuthi nginelontuzana ngine-TB. So ngaqala ke ngathatha this medication yelontuzana ye-TB. Khona lapho ke one morning when I tried waking up sakunyatheleka phansi mfethu. Akunyatheleka same day kwanganikeza wheelchair. Vele ngaba umuntu ohlala wheelchair. I think I was in a wheelchair for 2 full months. Ngakwazi ukuhamba. So I was in and out of ibhedlela zangaphandle. Bengithatha bengisa ezibhedlela zangaphandle because there was a ward khona lapha ya ejele ababengifake kulo. Kwakufa umuntu each and every day. Yabona? The way engangigula ngakhona. Yabona? I remember one day when I was taken out in one of the hospitals laphana ngase airport Ortam, ngakhishwa sakubheda kuthiwa lo muntu lona sekuyabheda usebanga nezibi ke manje. Ngaphuma mfethu ngakhona. When I went there mfethu ngikutshela ukuthi the night yakhona I lost my mind completely, ngaqala ukuhlanya ngaqala ukusangana. I was told about the things that I was doing ukuthi ubucula lapha ejele ubanga umsindo uyayibona lonto le. So but the thing eyangiphatha kabi ukuthi ngigula ngizacile mfethu nginjalo mina yabona njengoba ngingana nje manje but ingalo yami bekumlenze wami yabona but still bengiboshiwe emachainini ngiboshwe echainini embedeni ngiboshiwe nje ukuthi but I was bengiphelile mos bengingayapi noma kuthiwa ngiyabaleka bengabaleka kanjani angikwazi ukuhamba but still ngiboshiwe yabona so ngaqala ngaba umuntu mfethu ongasayi nase toilet but yabona yonke into sengiyenzela khona la eyibona lonto le. So I remember ngakusasa there was this madala obehleli kimi laphana esibhedlela amadala saxoxa naye ngithe mangiphaphama ngiqeda kulala ngilanga awu nangu sebeyamboza naye siyashona
ngathi uxoxa naye
ngathi same day umuntu owayephambi kwami ngale umakhelwane hawunaphi sebevala amakhethenisi la is going hayi
yenzeke esibhedlela ngaphandle lena
isibhedlela sangaphandle.
Yes.
So okwenzakalayo futhi ngikutshela ukuthi ngaba ngalala emini ngangikuma drip ke mina ngifaka ama drips yonke lento ngalala emini mangilala mfethu emini hayi ngaphupha lapho I was practically gone dead. I will tell you why ngisho njalo. So uma ngilele emini mfethu ngaphupha ngisendaweni is very quiet green kwafika amakhehla ke mawu5 eza kumina ngikutshela ukuthi mfethu eli1 elalikhuluma nami lafike lathi kumina hey wendoda ufunani la wena angithi bekufanele ngabe akafanele ngabe ula wena ufunani la. The minute asho njalo ngaphaphama ngiphaphama odokotela bawu7 they were resuscitating me at that time basemzimbeni wami ngitsho ngavele ngavuka ngaphaphama I started taking out ama drips ngikhipha mina the doctors were so amazed ukuthi kwenzakalani la lo muntu wenzani ngaphaphama. But on that same day ebusuku bakhona ngathi uma ngiyolala sengiyasaba ke manje ukulala sengisaba ukuthi mhlambe ngizoshona ke manje okwangempela ke this time I don't know whether ngangishone kancane noma kanjani ngabizinesi ngathi can you come and sit with me just talk to me don't leave
angifuna ukulala
my bedside ungixoxise nje hayi lo nesi lona wavuma wahlala nami mfethu up until waze wazela unesi wabantu ngamvusa ngathi sis please go if kwenzeka okwenzekayo kuzokwenzeka hamba yolala. Angikutshela ukuthi engathi uma ngilala lapho ngathatha izandla bhuti ngayibeka la ngathi ayish angifuni ukuthi ngisokolise abasekhaya uma sengifile ngifuna ngiqondise kahle ngilala. Ngikutshela ukuthi ngalala mfethu yazi ukuthi within an hour or so kwafika the same khehla lele langivimba phezulu lathi wakwabona lapho umuntu eyilungiselela ukufa wena ubani uthe uyahamba ubani uthe uzoshona ngakhululeka lapho kwaba right. So sengisholo ukuthi i-experience yami yasejele mfethu kuyabonakala ukuthi kwakuyinto that was supposed to happen. Ngangithathwe mina ukuthi ndoda ngoba la ufast ngaphandle hamba uye ngaphakathi bese mabefikile sengifikile ngaphakathi bangitshengisa futhi ukuthi hayi thina siyithe sikulethela so that uzoba safe from outside.
Not manje ndiqoqa imovie film so makulo kwenzeka lento lena because abantu into yokuqala abajampela kuyo ukuthi bangitohile la bayaloya labantu laba bangithakathile azange uyicabanga lento ukuthi mhlambe kunala uphambanise khona intambo kunabantu abakuphambanisela intambo.
Uyazi ukuthi history yethu mfethu especially as a family ike yaba khona leyo nto kumina yafika ngoba ezinye zezinto ngangiyibona while I was inside ngiphupha ngiyibona ukuthi hayi even though okwenzekalayo njengamanje but sekukhona nabagadlayo from outside. Yabona sekukhona nabagadlayo ngoba sometimes I will dream mfethu ngilwa nezilwane engingazazi I remember one day I woke up ngiscratchekile in both arms. Yabona lento yokuscratcheka uthothi igazi uyalibona manje lokhu liphuma but when ubuphupha ebusuku uphupha ukuthi hayi yabona but now usuvuka ekseni hawo kusho ukuthi lento leni it was for real Yabona. So ziningi izinto akade ngizilo mfowethu. Nabo ubuthakathi bengibula ngaphakathi. Bengibulwa ngaphakathi.
But umuntu ongaphandle, they would ask a question to say, but Chief, maybe it's an illusion because how do you place ubuthakathi in a secluded area? And this is a maximum security, space or place. Then you are talking about amanye ama-efforts enziwa abantu, you understand? So i-connection yobuthakathi ne-real life ephilwa ejele injani lento bajumpa kanjani abangapha beze ngapha, because ngale uyazi ukuthi ngapha kuphekwa ingulube, everything seems to be pure. So you are talking about the spiritual realm. So I just want us to paint a clear picture for someone who's just a layman or someone who says, no, Mina, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in witchcraft and all of that. So if you can paint a clear picture, why do you really believe no, there was a third force here?
It's because of what was happening to me. Into eyenzeka kimi phela abathakathi manje mfethu ngizothini, I don't know whether I can say they go with the times. Nabo into zabo ziba advanced, I don't know. They do these things. You cannot angeke ngiphuphe mfethu ngilunywe yinja bese ngivuka ekseni ngempela ngiyakubona inxeba. It means that thing was really happening. So it means izinto bebeyithumela ngendlela bona abayithumela ngakhona. Angithi esike sizwe kesinye isikhathi ebuthakathini kuthiwa hey kukhona abantu abandiza ngemshanyelo ebusuku, kukhona abantu abenzani yonke into. So I think it was ukuze befinyelele kumina, there were ways akade bezenza ngendlela abasebenza ngakhona, of which ke indlela zobuthakathi kwesizazi.
Yeah. But there was a role that you played because but it takes two to tango. So if you embrace les into les, that's when you give them power. But if you nullify it, whether in Jesus' name, whether ukuluma ngenkosi yasekuphakameni ushemba or whatever religion that you embrace, when they endorsement to say, I've got a peg now with this life. Because when people are saying, I call this done by faith in Jesus' name, kaningi izinto uyazi kwenzanga yiphi indlela. So for you, is it because of your upbringing? People who grew up kakhulu in the bundis or rural areas or in humble beginnings, they always have lento yokuthi lalela. Ubuthakathi ngoba bukanze kuwe ungathi abukho. Ubuthakathi bukhona futhi buyaphila. Abantu bayaloya umuthi futhi uyasebenza. But there are people who are saying, hey guys, lento enikhulumayo siya-understand thina. Why they are Western?
Yazi ukuthi ma umuntu omnyama, mina mfethu I'm a Christian. At the same time, I believe in tradition. Mhlawumbe abefundisi bami abangiphethe nje manje bazomangala kodwa ke funeka beyithole lo nto le.
Yeah.
It's not ukuthi I was embracing that,
Yeah.
but noma ukholwa,
Yeah.
there are many attacks
Yeah.
odlula kuwona. Especially abathakathi bayakuzingela ke noma kuthiwa uyakholwa noma ukholwa kanjani, even pastors are attacked these days. Yabona. So sekudependa ukuthi how strong that person is kuNkulunkulu. Mina mfethu actually I used to pray.
Yeah.
Bengithandaza noma ngike wheelchair, ngithandaza noma sengibona ukuthi abantu bafa ngapha nangapha phambi kwami, ngithandaza ithemba ngalilahla.
Yeah.
Yabona. I remember one day there was a call that I made to my mom. It was a Christmas day. It was the first Christmas ngingekho ekhaya. So my friends base Natal ekhaya, they went and bayodla Christmas no mama just to keep her, off that thing yokuthi ngisejele. So when I called my mom, bekukhona i-prison warder yomuntu wesifazane la. Ngaleso sikhathi bese ngihamba nge-wheelchair. I called her. I said, Mama, ngizoba right. Ngasho izwi eliyi-one ngathi, greater is he that is within me than the devil that is in the world. Ngathi, don't worry. Umzimba wami can be like this right now, but I'm going to survive. And ngizophuma la even before time. Ngamtshela kanjalo. Ngathi mangiqeda ukubeka lolu cingo wabona i-prison warder was crying, was in tears. She came to me and said, but how do you become ube strong kangaka while you can see yourself, ngiyakubona ukuthi unjani, but you are so strong. Ngathi I believe kakhulu kuJesu. So ngicabanga ukuthi even the things ezinye ke ezenzeka kumina, ukukholelwa kwami kuNkulunkulu kwangisiza ejele. But at the same time ngeke but uma uza kule ndaba zabantu abadala ayi nazo sikhona because the time ngixoshwa lena angizange ngixoshwa angifikanga ngaxoshwa uNkulunkulu le
Yeah.
ngafike ngaxoshwa umuntu omnyama ikhehla nje inwele ezimhlophe elide lagqoke impahla ezimhlophe.
Okay. Yeah. Also, you believe ukuthi the supernatural powers and also issue yethu ye custom, ye tradition and belief iyaspan
kakhulu. Kakhulu angithi manje kukhona lento engijwayele ukuyizwa especially labantu basekuphakameni bethi when you die awuqali kuNkulunkulu noma lapho awusebenzela khona kuqala uzoqala kubantu bakini before you go to the next level.
Yeah.
Of which mina leyo nto leyo ngayibona ngamehla kusinto esengitshelwa ngayo manje into engayibonela mina ngamehla phela odokotela they did tell me ukuthi ndoda you were gone.
Yeah.
Bosungekho.
Yes.
Bosungekho. And nami ngayibona sengile ndawo ngangikuyo very peaceful place nami nginokuthula nje ngingakaze ngibe nakho empilweni.
Yeah.
And I was no more.
So intervention ile level ye faith onayo nale spirituality osembraceile or intervention abadala abakini, because I want to separate the issues. Ukuthi do you strongly believe ukuthi the heavens intervened ukuze wena namhlanje ube exempted and you are alive ngihleli now and we are having this conversation?
I mean, to be honest, yabona abadala ebadlala enye role abadala bakithi lapha. Badlala enye role ngoba angifuni ukukukhohlisa ngithi uma ngifika lapha phezulu ngabona lo Jesu esiboniswa yena encwadini lezi ezibhalwayo bekhande nesithombe sakhe. Isithombe lesomlungu lesisibonayo sika Jesu nani. Cha angizange ngibone yena. Ngathi uma ngifika lapha yana mina ngaxoshwa nje abasekhaya bathi buyele emuva. Asikafiki isikhathi sakho.
So did you resonate kunento connectile nabo? Did you see the images that you really knew and people in the physical abake bahamba or because of lineage kukhona into efanisile ngithi sinembuzi ama families awafani, then you can actually place them somewhere ku family tree yakho labantu ababona la?
I can place them ku family tree yami. Mina ngisemncane obviously angibazi okhokho mkhulu obani yonke le nto leyo, but the person lo owafika njengamanje njengoba ngikhuluma nawe nje I can even still see image yakhe yabona. So ngambona kumakhehla ayekhona angakafi ngaleso sikhathi ekhaya. Ngizothini ayengakafi afana naye. Uyayibona nto leyo.
This is deep. We try not to mimic and to repeat any content on this podcast. If whether we are bringing someone for the second time, Sifuni Echo, it's someone who's saying we want more from that same particular person. So this is the first time we're discussing this organic, conversation as now today. I hope someone is getting assisted or helped. Kunabantu abakhona but bamila bazi ukuthi bayaka left or bayaka right. So mhlambe you might be a Christian and you feel ukuthi no mina ngifuna ukulambasta, ngifuna ukubhesha, ngifuna ukcriticize. There's nothing like that. But whatever that you are saying, it makes sense to me. And njengoba usho ukuthi it resonated with you. Labo khona it was eminent, it was real, it was tangible, it was physical. So bo interact nabantu in the spirit and in the physical. With labantu I know them. Anyway, don't forget to like, to subscribe, and make sure that you tell a friend to tell another friend. Ukuthi Against the Wall, we are still growing as a community. We are going to come up with a lot of activities la, and we need to have a joint sitting very soon, colleagues. Which is you, me, and the rest of the team, because we are a growing, nation. So abanye bathi banama siblings, I know Sislelo, Kacheni, and then kunama chillers, uPenwell has got his own, kunama hustlers, kunama squatters. So yabona laba abala idladleni, labo Skeem. Sifuna ukuthi we need to meet one another one day and have, just to break a bread and have coffee and have, solid conversations. The people that I interview here, I'm going to give you and afford you an opportunity ukuthi nihlale phansi and ask questions mina engakhona ukuzibuza. So back to the conversation. Leader, I just want to understand entweni ezenzanga le eDanyane. in terms of the brown and the orange, ngiyazi ukuthi kuhlukile kunama characteristics. So the role that is played by brown over orange, or orange over brown, influence ka orange influence brown, or brown a rehabilitate or influence orange. Just draw a contrast between the two now.
Mina mfethu, when it comes to the situation yami yokugula ejele, because mina ngahlala isikhathi esincane ngingaguli, isikhathi esiningi bengigula ngihlala ejele. Kwakunosisi nje oyedwa that was so nice to me, ewenza umsebenzi wakhe ngimthuma angihambele ayongifunela usizo the way but the rest of the people were not. Babe nale mentality yokuthi uyisiboshwa wena.
Yeah.
Angeke sizwe ngawe. There was a time before ngene esibhedlela lapha ngavaleka khona umoya. Avaleka khona umoya in a way that I had to ngivuka abantu belele ebusuku. Ngivuka ngishaya umnyango. Shaya umnyango ngenkani ukuthi I need help ngempela. Uyayibona into lo. But silale bazi ukuthi vela ngiphathekile kahle. Kube kwabantu ngempela that are so helpful bebheka abantu babe ngafanele beze bengilalisa nokungilalisa lapha. Kwakufanele ngihambe ngiyolala ngiqala ukulala khona lapha esibhedlela. Uyayibona into le. So indima nje abayidlalayo mina ke nje iprison warder ke yami yasebusuku futhi ke I think loyo wayengconywana is a well-known actor. He's a well-known actor. Wayengigada ngaleso sikhathi leso.
Oh.
Why by that time why actor ku Generation. So ebusuku ke mayingena azosigada ke lapha ejele. But the rest of the people, they were so mean. They were so mean.
So is it because of the training, Lendo, or inhliziyo zabantu, or they are still stuck in the prison days, even though now we are talking correctional services?
Mina ngicabanga ukuthi it's the mentality. They're still stuck.
Yeah.
Kule zinto zakudala.
Yeah.
Ukuthi uma ugade iboshwa kufanele ube ngalendlela, ube harsh. Ube umuntu ongangeniki. Yonke into efana naleyo. They're still stuck there because really kufanele kube khona into enzakalayo ngempela la emajele. Phela at the end of the day, even though ngaboshwa, but I'm a human being. Fana naye njobe ngigadile lapha, not ukuthi akanawo amaphutha, ukuthi yena akekho ejele doesn't make him ukuthi umuntu uyisaint.
Clean.
Uyayibona into le. Ngoba wonke umuntu nomuntu I believe ukuthi unama skeleton wakhe.
Yeah.
Past yakhe.
Yeah.
So now bona mabe lapha ejele ayangazi. Abaphathani kahle. Kahle mfethu umbopha kanjani umuntu umbona njengoba kade ngisho ekuqaleni umbona nje lo muntu uyaphela vele shoda nje ukuphuma umphefumulo but still usazombopha ngamaketanga uhamba kabuhlungu. Don't you think?
Yeah, mara kuna my experiences. Remember, sinabantu o Ananias Mathe kanje. Someone who can actually create a script, abhale script se movie nihleli ni South Africa, aphume endabeni yonke indawo, because he had started under false pretense. Aphule wool on your faces. No one hleli nama prison wara ngcwele la. Bayengakho abantu aba-escapile. So sometimes we must understand ukuthi at times it's not about abantu dehumanizer. Their intention is not to oppress orange by brown, but is also to enforce umthetho. Remember the white paper on corrections, the B order, Act of 111 1998. Those are acts that governs the law in terms of a prison. So these people are also following mabangati policy. Prison order, if there's one terminology abayifunda, mabangati principle we policy tin, forget. Whether leyo nto leyo bathi mele kube ne common sense. I-common sense iyafa straight kusebenza i-principle ne-policy. Ukukho nabantu sometimes uyazibuza ukuthi konje makuthiwa anger management life skill ukwenza i-course so uzophuma ejele 1 week ichange kanjani impilo yomuntu ohleli 20 years ejele icabangeni kahle le nto leyo. It makes no sense. You understand?
Yeah.
But now that my argument is that at times not everyone or mean or ugly or rude ngaleyo ndlela. And I'm not also an advocate at DCS. I'm just saying to you, akukufikeli mhlambe lokho kuwe ukuthi hey man, probably labantu laba ke kwenzeke ezinye izinto and abantu bagcina bazo escape sona isiboshwa si deceive iphoyisa then kuzophuma escape. Angeke kube ne escape iphoyisa lingadlala ngerole lapha.
Yeah, uqinisile. Ngingakuvumela lapho. Into yenza ukuthi ngikuvumele ukuthi manje ziningi izinto ebezenzeka lapha yana. Uthola ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi yebo basaphethe umqondo wakudala nokulandela those policies and stuff like that. But at the same time nabo bayakwazi ukuba manipulated by i-otsotsi iy'gebengu. You'll find them obviously bevumela ezinye izinto okungafanele zingene ejele.
Yeah.
Yabona, zingene phakathi ejele. Ngoba ziningi phela izinto ezisejele nje ezisejele ezidayiswa ngaphandle but nasejele uyithola.
Yeah. Wow, okay. No, as just before you conclude, ngifuna ukunderstand, angifuna uhambe ngikudedele ngingakatholi the now. Let's just talk about the now, ukuthi where you are in life as uBrasbu, whether utholakala kuphi entabeni zokuxhumana and i-passion yakho ne-flow. I mean, bona indlela yokwenza imali. Abantu bathi i-second chance inokubuya ingabi khona, i-community ayabanikezi le opportunity. Bayabagxeka. You know, masifuna indlela zokugwema manje preventive measures. So where you are at the moment, and do you feel ukuthi wa receiveka kahle and also i-community accept her back or kusasena le yanto ye stigma?
Hayi mina mfethu ukuthi abantu ke banalento abajwayele ukuyisho ukuthi makade ugangela umlungu hayi awubonanga bona. Awubonanga ngendlela yokuthi abazange beze bengishintshele uma ngiphuma ngaphandle. Even my former boss at that time ngoba ngaboshwa mina ngisebenza ecompany. So my former boss ngathi mangiphuma wajabula kakhulu. He couldn't wait ukuthi ngibe ngirecover bese ngibuyisela emsebenzini. So recover, then I went back emsebenzini ngaqhubeka ngasebenza. Ngasebenza nje kahle knowing very well ukuthi i-nature ye crime that was committed binjani. It's just that lo yamlungu loyana believed a lot in me. So okwamanje mfethu into engiyenzayo mina I'm an actor, ngi-MC, I'm a motivational speaker, voice over artist, kuningi nje ngikwenzayo nje manje kodwa ke uyazi ke mawusaqala kule ndima ye-acting and stuff like that ama-gig they don't come ngaleyo ndlela leyo yabona ngendlela ofisa ngayo yabona mabezokhumbula abantu ngike ngavela kakhulu ku-The Wife season 3 le eqeda kuphela bengiyindoda nje kade i-strikeisa abantu lapha erank ngithi isongeso kuningi nje ke maningi ama-shows angifeaturishile so kunane project yamadoda engiyijoyinile yabona so lamadoda lawa we trying ukuthi emzansi silethe a positive change amadoda let them come forward bekhulume ngeenkinga zabo because amadoda they are going through a lot so I'm under Amajita World Club of which it was founded last year 26 November so with the help yaleyo group loyo futhi ngiyabona ukuthi impilo yami iyashintsha ingcono and what I want to do going forward ngifuna ukubhala incwadi about my life so that I can inspire more people.
Hey, babhalile ke ngiyazi ke manje ukuthi mfethu we want more. Askadanga. I mean, we must know that we've got just under 1 hour, 30 minutes to deliberate. At times, it's just under an hour. But again, we are not justifying ourselves. Since yonke sell by date, ne best before yayo. That's how much time we had for vandag. I hope now sedladleni ubhema wakholwa u-understandile kakhulu nje into pick up from this conversation le ndaba yokusika and at times it draws you nearer to your faith ne-calling yakho for you to be able to live and lead an honest life. Usuke sobhayiziseke enswembe life in. That's how we wrap it up for vandag. uBrasbu, if you want him wena personally sizolahlela via my number so that you are able to access uBrasbu. We are not like any other. Abaningi hey ungathi uyafika la ngeke ngibabize ngamagaba ayala ngama-number bafuni nix and we are not growing. Labantu abanye ababhaya abanye abaseba unemployable so banida wena nami ukuze sikhona ukuba assista. Keep well and stay blessed and enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. Danko.